Tisha, I know you can't do nothing about somebody who's grown, but at some point you gotta get your mama. Cue the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back.
I'll drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate up for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We're here to discuss Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4, Episode 11. Let's get into it. So the episode picks up where we left right off. Basically, Kimmy is telling Miss Wanda, you ain't gonna be calling me no bitch. And you damn sure ain't gonna be doing it in my house. Or in, I said it right, in her house. But in her son's house, you're not gonna do that. And you know, he over there trying to corroborate, or not corroborate, but he over there trying to agree with his mom and say, Miss Wanda, you're not gonna use that language in this house. And we all know why, because he is living and depending on her, you know. So he got to take up for his mama. And not only that, he loves his mama, but you know, he still got to make sure the bills get paid. The lights stay on, the mortgage gets done. Okay? So he going to do what he got to do. Ms. Wanda said, look, I'm sorry if I misled you, but I said what I said. I don't even know what that means, Ms. Wanda. What are you talking about? Kimmy's like, me too, I get it, but the bitch word, that's just not going to ride. Like, we not doing that. Marcel is over there disgusted. He feels like Wanda is basically coming in offending everybody, him included. Everybody's getting offended. It's just stuff that's just going to person to person, and he's basically over it. He's over there talking to Maurice. His biggest issue was he feels like Tisha is just standing there, like she's not doing anything. She's just letting it happen, saying that, oh, well, she grown, I can't do nothing about it. Tisha, this is my thing with you though. You did go over there and tell your mama to pipe down when she first came in there with that BS. You know what I'm saying? Because you did not want her to get into no issues or nothing with nobody over there. I get that. But ultimately, at this point, I feel like you know your mama is there to do what she does, and you actually are okay with it. You know what vibes it get me? You remember when Solange beat the piss out of Jay-Z in that elevator? And although Beyonce was standing right there, she just kind of stood back and acted like she didn't know what the hell was going on, real obtuse. That's the vibe it's giving me. It's like it's like you don't have the fight in you to do it yourself, aka Beyonce, no shade, she is the queen. But you also feel like, I also feel like, I'm sorry, you are the type of person that you know your mama gonna be your balk, and your bite, and you ready for that type of tea, because you can't see it. That's the vibe I get. I think that's really how I feel about it. But Marcel's disgusted, girl. Marcel feels like, man, this shit is getting old. I'm tired of it. He pulled Maurice to the side. There's so many Mars, I'm sorry. He pulls Maurice to the side and said, basically, she lied on me and told Tisha that I was in the hotel with a friend. I don't remember if she said those words or if you said them. Either way, you agreed. You said she knew about it. You even brought up the friend name, Marcel. You have a bigger part to play in the reason why your wife is so hurt than anybody else. And we're going to get there. But he's telling him, yeah, she's basically telling Tisha lies. She's the one. It's her. She's the one going back to Tisha, filling her head up with this stuff. And it's affecting my family. I'm supposed to protect my family. Well, if you were supposed to protect your family, when stuff comes up like that, Marceau, it's easy for you to just put a stop to it, clarify what's going on, and say it's untrue. But you refuse to do that. See, you don't want to do that. You want to sit up there and act like you want to feed into the BS and feed into this and feed into that, all at the expense of the very wife that you claim you need to protect. Ladies, you know I always speak to y'all when we get these teachable moments. Open your eyes. Both of them. The same person who's whispering sweet nothings in her ear when she in the car crying because her mama and everybody on social media say you in the bed with somebody, is the same man who's entertaining the BS and the rumors and all that stuff. He's also the same man who claims he's there to protect you. A lot of y'all don't know what protection look like. You feel me? Because see, them old Southern men, you know, their protection is, I'm going to go ahead and get the gun if somebody come around there and try to jack you up or something. It's more than that, Southern men. Men, period. It ain't just Southern men, but it's more than that. Psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that is protection. And Marceau, you are aiding and abetting in the abuse of your wife's mental and emotional state. Period. Say what I said. So you can sit up there and run this rah-rah to Maurice because y'all like-minded probably. No, y'all are. Y'all like-minded. So you can run that rah-rah to him. But we over here, of the greater people of the United States, of the Americas, we not buying it. Not. Anyway, so Maurice feels like, this is getting out of hand. He says, Miss Wanda got the toxic vibes and it is spreading around to everybody and it needs to stop. Maurice has a valid point here. Not Maurice. Marceau has a valid point here. Marceau says, she talking so much crap about me, yet she want me to cut the check. A $20,000 check on a pipe dream that she claimed is a business. Well, now, Miss Wanda, I don't like to call you to the carpet, but I'm going to call you to the red carpet now. He right. If you trying to get money from him, you need to be acting good. You don't need to be asking about no rumors, no nothing. You need to be making sure the check get cut. But on the flip side, Marceau, what Miss Wanda do know and what we know is that you gonna cut the check regardless. Because Tisha said it later on in the episode, the check gonna get cut. So Miss Wanda feel like, oh well, I can do what I want because at the end of the day, my wife still gonna make sure I get paid. Period. So it kind of is what it is. But that leaves Miss Wanda not even having to do anything extra to try to be on your good side because you're gonna cut the check anyway. I'm gonna tell you, this is my theory. My theory is, like I said before, I think I said it before in another video, Letitia know Marceau is out there doing all that BS. That girl ain't crazy. She know. I feel like Letitia feel like, boy, you gonna pay these bills, you gonna take care of me and my churn, and you also gonna cut the check when I tell you to cut the check. See, that's the exchange. That's my theory. But that's the exchange. Y'all got to be crazy. Even the slowest woman know when her man ain't right. It's an intuition. It's a feeling you get. But I feel like, Tisha was just like that. Whatever, nigga. Whatever. Do what you want. I caught myself. I was about to say it. But she was like, do what you want. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to make sure everything is taken care of. Which is why, this is my theory, Miss Wanda don't have to pipe down because she's trying to get a check. Because Miss Wanda know the check going to get cut. As she should. Anyway, so yeah, they over there talking about it, and Tisha was in tears. Marceau hollered, yeah, Tisha was in tears, all because of rumors her mama said. Like I said before, no, it's because of you. You are not slapping these rumors down when they happen. You're feeding right into them at the expense of your wife. We just talked about that, so we don't want to hear it. Anyway, Maurice lets Marceau know, look, at the end of the day, you can say what you want, protect your wife and your kids and all that stuff, but you can't change it. It's going to have to come from Tisha. And as we know, Tisha ain't going to do a damn thing. That's me putting my little 2 cents in. He said, but you need to iron this out before you go down there to Atlanta for this boys trip. Marceau said, I don't need to iron nothing out. Listen, my wife, my family, everybody that I need to be dealing with, they good with me. I don't need to iron nothing out. AKA, it don't matter what happens. First of all, she's not going to stop him from going, just like Kimmy not going to stop you. And then secondly, he can do what he want to do and he'll be able to swerve his way out of it. He got Tisha on lock, is what he's trying to say. He don't need to iron nothing out. Child, the people already know what's going on. That's what he's trying to say, and Maurice is trying to say, you should really iron it out. Marceau tried to assure him, or reassure him, I ain't got to iron a goddamn thing out. I don't even own the iron. Tisha know what the fuck going on, and that's just what it is. It's not a thing. That's what he claimed. He said he also mentions that he's going out there anyway for 2 reasons, because he's looking to expand black to the ATL streets. And you know what? If you do, Marceau, I'm going to come down there. You got to know I'm going to be there. If you expand black to the ATL streets, the streets of the ATL, I'll be down there. Because I like y'all, support the black businesses. That's what I do. Anyway, Miss Van comes in, child. And she's there to help, Mel to do her relaunch thing for her skincare line called 7th Avenue. Fine. Mel lets us know, this was a very key, important part that I wanted to really display here and shine a light on. Mel lets us know that she's changing her last name back to her original name. She says she wants to get the negative energy out. She wants to do something positive and be positive, positive, positive. She needs to excommunicate herself from the Hope name. I'm here for it. Miss Van even asked her, did she talk to the kids about it? And Mel said, yes, I did. I spoke to my kids and let them know, hey, this is what happened when you get married and then you go through a divorce. Things like this happen. I am so here for her transparency with her kids. Because see, this is the problem with y'all. Y'all don't be wanting to let the churn in on what the hell going on. The whole time they listening and they see it anyway. So the fact that she's able to talk to her kids and say, you know what, this is what's happening. I'm going back to my original last name. I am here for it. The second kicker part about it was Mel is strong enough to give back the last name. Now don't be crazy now. I know Martell hold that name don't hold no weight. Most of the time women don't want to get their last name back because they hold a lot of weight. And we all know since the divorce, and Mel has had to been so successful. She's been so successful doing all these things, and Martell has been scraping and scratching through the gutter. What's the point of having the last name, child? Please, for what? I mean, I ain't getting nothing off of it. Why I need to do all that? I am here for it, ladies. Give the man his name back 2022. That's all. That's the moral to the story. Give the man his name back 2022. And thereon. Again, unless it's some big names. Now, I was watching Ashley Miller. She was like, Tina Knowles kept her last name till she got her new man. As she should. Knowles is a big name. It wasn't about their daddy. It was about Beyonce. That's a big deal, right? But who I never really understood why they kept their baby daddy last name? It's only one person. Drea Kelly. Drea Kelly, everything about the R. Kelly name, brand, and everything is negative. You've even gotten out and spoke about it being negative. Why is you holding on to that man's last name? See, that's what I'm saying. What's the phrase? Give him his name back 2022. Because see, a lot of y'all be doing that for clout. I get it. It's a lot of things where you kind of disrupt your life when you change your name back, especially when you got stuff together, businesses, work. It's a whole bunch of things. I get it. But don't be Drea Kelly, people. Give him his name back 2022, Fed. Give him back. Just give him back his name, girl. I mean, it's going to be a little hassle and whatnot. But don't be Drea Kelly holding on to R. Kelly's last name when he has the most horrible stigma around his name than anybody. She's on the campaign to get the horrible stigma, but she won't give the last name back. Shout out to Mel for giving back the last name, because she don't need it anyway, child. Whatever your last name is, I don't give a good goddamn if it was Brown. You still gonna be successful. We know you, Mel. Anyway, so Mel is letting her mama know she giving the last name back. So mom looks at one of her ad pics, and it's her, for her skincare line. And the mom was like, "Oh, I like this one. This one I like." And Mel was like, "Well, wait, what you mean? You ain't like the other one?" Mama said, "No, I ain't like the other one because it had your hiney, your rear end out at the bottom." Mel got in her confessional and said, "Look, mama gonna have to get used to this because this little rear end, this hiney, is what got people buying my products. And Mel do have really good skin, so do." Miss Van, now we already got the tea that you was out there creeping with my soul brother, Mark. Is that him? One of the M's. What we not about to do is get all classy, like, "Oh no, I don't like that. That's too revealing." Because what we understood, things was revealed to us that you revealed to my soul brother. You ain't innocent, Fat. Let's move on. So we move to the next scene. Kimmy goes to lunch with Tiffany. Basically, they sitting down talking and saying, "Oh, hey, girl, how you been? What's going on?" Kimmy asked Tiff, because she had to leave the thing early, and asked her, how did the kids do at the game? They had a baseball game or something like that. Tiff lets us know that they left the party off for no reason because the badass Churn lost. Listen, I get it. I used to be a basketball mom. It sucks when you going out there, you got to leave stuff you would rather do with these kids and they get out there and lose. I know what it feels like. But, she lets us know that her kids lost. And then Tiff thanks her for inviting her to the housewarming and asked her how the rest of it went, basically. And she asked about the conversation with Destiny and Stormy. Kimmy is just like this. Look, it's a lot of things that they both have to deal with. Both of them have to talk to each other the way they would like to be talked to. That's basically what Kimmy is trying to let her know. Like, they both have the same argument and the same strife, and they both are the same. And it's like that with me and my mom. And I can say that because she mine. But it's like that with me and my mom. We so much alike. We bump heads. And I think that's what the thing is between Stormy and Destiny. Not to mention, I watched a live, and Stormy said that her and Destiny is cool. She really looking forward to her relationship with her. Good. I'm happy y'all got through that, because I ain't gonna lie, I felt like Destiny was gonna beat your ass, Stormy. That's just me. That's how I felt. Because Destiny was at the end of the road. Although we come to the end of the road. That's where Destiny was. Destiny was at the end of the road. She was going to beat your ass. She was going to put that Detroit town stomp on you. So you might want to be friends with Destiny. That's all I'm saying. I get it. But, yeah, Kimmy saying that everything went left because Stormy feel like she was wrong talking about her accent. Stormy, it wasn't about your accent. It wasn't. It wasn't. She was mocking you, not for your accent, for you trying to be on some hood shit. That's what it was. I'm tired of talking about it. At this point, it's just getting on my nerves. Kimmy lets us know she passed her brokerage exam. Martell, take notes. Kimmy passed her brokerage exam. Her and Maurice are going to go into business. They got this company they're going to do. And she's, a little bit disturbed. Not disturbed, but a little bit worried because she says Maurice is a full-fledged entrepreneur. She's always worked in corporate. So she don't know how that dynamic is going to work because they have that, that kind of difference. Tisha, you can't even decide on what you want to build on the land that both of y'all own. Why are you going into business with Maurice? Did y'all get the paperwork signed right and make sure that you ain't gonna get screwed in the end? Because Maurice is an attorney. I know you're very intelligent. But do you have a lawyer on the side to make sure if things go left in the marriage, Maurice don't run off on the plug with everything? If you haven't, girl, go ahead on down there and find out in the streets of Huntsville, find you a good lawyer. Because I just feel like this ain't gonna work. He already don't let you make no decisions, Fad. Why would you go into business with him? But I ain't gonna lie, it's a good look to get that brokerage license. Shit, you gonna get the money regardless, as you should. But yeah, she's more of a corporate girl. He's a entrepreneur at heart. She feels like it's gonna be a bump in the heads. Tiff lets us know that Big Lou wants her to spend time with him, but she be busy. But then she also turns around and say she wants to have a kid, but Big Lou says she's too busy. Make it make sense, y'all. Somebody out there make it make sense. Kimmy had to tell her, if you can make time for having a baby, then you can make time for your husband. Do you really want to have a baby? It's a lot of work. That's basically what Kimmy is asking her. It's a lot. And if you don't have time now, you think you're going to have time with a brand new baby? Girl, bye. Now listen, Kimmy get in her confession and say, it's not my place to say, but I'm just saying now, if you can make time to have a baby, you can make time for your man. Do that first, and then y'all can go back and revisit it. But ultimately, girl, y'all know how much daycare costs? I know some of y'all out there got kids. Ain't no way. Ain't me. Churn. Girl, please. I ain't having no damn churn. Please. And you trying to have a baby. You ain't home enough to be with your man to make the baby. Messy Tiff just get on my nerves. Anyway, she lets us know, because he says if it's in God's plan, or if the God willing, it's going to happen. But she said, well, I need to know because I need to take this IUD out. Ladies, don't get that IUD. Do your research. I ain't going to go into it. Don't get it. Take it out immediately. Anyway, she needs to know she needs to take her IUD out. I say take it out just off the cuff. That's just me. Kimmy lets, what's her name? Kimmy lets Tiff know that she didn't know anything about the trip to ATL till she brought it up at the party. So now, Messy Tiff is like, yeah, it was a thing that they talked about, and Kimmy lets Tiff know that Martell hadn't even talked to Maurice yet about the trip. And she just feels a way about it. Feel all you want, he's still gonna go. But at the end of the day, Tiff was like, girl, you know how men are. They forget stuff. They'll get around to it or whatever. Y'all can trauma bond over that all you want. Honestly, I don't even think Tiff give a damn if Big Lou go. But Kimmy, we not about to feel sorry for you because you allowing all this to happen. That's just my opinion. But she feels like, at the end of the day, they afforded to have a good time. Just like we, as girls have a good time. They were able to agree on the fact that, like Tiff said, I don't like girls trips. It's not fun. Kimmy said, for the first time, we really, truly agree on something. Like, I don't like the girls' trips either. Well, stop taking them. Anyway, we move to the next scene. Martell meeting up with the tutor because now he's ready to go ahead on and get his license, child. He want to be an independent man. He's tired of depending on women and other men. He wants to be an independent man and walk in his own steps, on his own two, stand on his own 10, and be a man. I'm a man. Yeah, that's what he want to do. So, girl, he's on FaceTime with this tutor that Melanika, the so-called assistant or manager or whatever she is, she hooked him up with this tutor. But I ain't gonna lie, the tutor was good. Because he's like, look, are you going to help me pass this test? She asked him what happened in the past. He says, look, I took it in the past 7 years ago, failed it. And then, my wife went got the license, so I was just like, look, I don't need to get it. Then when we broke up 3 years after that, I was dealing with builders who had the license, so I felt like I didn't need to get it. But now I'm ready to be a man. That's what Martell said. And the girl said, well, I'm going to help you to be a man. You got to go to another black woman to help you to become a man. Won't he do it? God has to be a woman. I don't care. God has to be a woman. You know, I really feel this is a theory too. And I know I be all over the place. But my theory is the reason we were captured as slaves back in them days, because the men wasn't in charge. The women was. And it's easier to conquer women than men. Say what I said. That's my theory. Because think about it. Everybody at the sound of my voice, especially black people, black men are zero without women. Even if they're financially successful. Without a black woman especially. But without women, they are lost at sea. Say what I said. So he's over there depending on another black woman to help him to get his license. But she broke down the test taking theory so good that it made me even be like, ooh. So she said, you know, you got 40 questions on this test. You're only required to get 65%. That's a maximum or amount of about 26 questions. You don't even have to answer all of the 40 questions to get 26 right. I was like, mind blown. I never thought about it like that. That is so true. She let him know, listen, this is your passion. You have a passion for building. You got this property you want to build. We going to get you to pass this test. Girl, come help me pass the test. I be taking tests all the time. Martell, you in good hands. As you should. It's a black woman. I knew that. We moved to the next scene. Mel is doing her relaunch of her skincare products. Now it's the relaunch party. Messy Tiff gets up in her confessionals and lets us know that Mel invited everybody she felt like was going to be supportive, everybody she wanted to be there. She invited Kiki, Stormy, all these other people, and she feels like she wants to make sure she's not on the bad side of Mel with her BS. So basically what she said was, Mel wants to have positive energy, do good, you know, feel good, be good, but I don't want to be on the side where but I don't want to be on the side where Destiny, Martell, and Tisha is at. Basically saying Mel has a bad side. It can be bad. You're right, but you're still being messy. You should have told that to her face. Say what I said. So Stormy walks up and Tiff asks if she's good because she was like, girl, I ain't seen you since, you know, the Galentine's thing. Because remember when Stormy got there, I guess Tiff had already left to go to the game, but her churn lost. So she said, girl, I'm fine. Everything was fine. You know, Stormy lets her know, girl, I'm not worried about the whole thing. I don't hold no grudges. Girl, yes, you do. Kimmy said that's good to know. And she said last time it was just a little bit, you know, off. She wasn't sure. There's a flashback of Tisha getting kicked out because Kimmy's like, I'm glad everybody's here. And I'm hoping it's a successful event, like, you know, more than the last one. And it's a flashback of them escorting Tisha out the doggone first launch of the thing. And I was just like, you know, that was cool. You ain't have to do it like that. But, I mean, it is your event. You can do what you want to do. So, as this is going on, Kiki arrives. Kiki arrives, say hey to everybody, and she sees Stormy and say, hey, Stormy, you remember me? You know, Kiki from the phone, you know, yeah, you know, the one you was talking about, yeah, this is me. Hey, I just want to see what's going on, like, what's really happening? As she's talking to Stormy, girl, Stormy started looking, you know, she makes that face and started looking around. Girl, before you know it, Stormy was dancing while that girl talking to her. That was very disrespectful, but it was a key. I ain't gonna lie, it was a key. She's dancing, and then Kiki feels played, like, is she really like throwing light shade by dancing while I'm standing right here? That's what it's called, Fat. She's throwing light shade. Yes, that's exactly what that is. Yes, that's what she's doing. You got to know that. So Kiki feel played. But it's just like, girl, what did you thought? Like, you come in there to confront people, you're acting like an Auntie Wanda. Say what I said. Kiki don't like the dry shade though. Kimmy, so as Kiki is sitting there talking, Kimmy walks up and Kimmy was like, you saying all this and the girl is sitting right there because Kiki's going in like, I don't appreciate the fact that she's got this dry shade and this is it's really messing with me, like, you know what I mean? Stormy gets in her to confessional and say one thing that I had to agree with, even though I feel like you could have stood up in your stuff like you stand up to everybody else, but for some odd reason you didn't want to do it with Kiki. You probably know Kiki got them dogs, but nevertheless, I feel like what Stormy said was true. She said, I don't want to align myself with somebody who do that to their cousin. Like, that's male homegirl. That ain't my partner. That's male partner. I agree with you on that. You ain't lying. I'm gonna stop you when you start lying. So I get it why you don't want no parts and dealings, but I do feel like you could have said whatever it is you need to say. I mean, you big bad, right? Say what I said. So Kim is perplexed because she don't understand why Kiki is speaking out loud and Stormy is literally sitting a foot away from her. She doesn't understand it. And Kiki says, listen, I already spoke to her. You know, she said hello, but she kind of brushed me off. I really wasn't feeling that. Stormy says, well, I'm sorry you felt that way. She says, it ain't the way I felt. It's what happened. True. I'm going to stop her when she starts lying. I got to be fair around here. Miss Vanessa gets up and introduces her daughter, Mel. And Mel gets up and she's welcoming everybody, thanking everybody for coming. There was a blogger, I don't know her name, Bondi Blue or something like that. She was there. Shout out to her. I kind of searched her a little bit and saw that she's from New Orleans. I had never heard of her until today. Will be subscribing. But yeah, she was there. So shout out to having bloggers at the events. Yes, ladies, because we have a lot of influence on how the girls is gonna think. So she was there. But Mel comes out and says she survived off the strength of her ancestors and her kids, and she brought her kids out, and also from the strength of being grown up on 7th Avenue. That's where she named the product from. I thought it was beautiful that she brought her kids out. Her son adores her. I love that. I love that all of her kids adore her. Sugar Mama was over there looking like she was ready to tear the whole thing down. I love it. She's so cute. They actually do demonstrations. I love that. It wasn't just bottles sitting on the counter. There's actual demonstrations. She had a girl do the face wash. A girl got in the mud bath. It was super, super nice. I love that about her product launch. It was really, really nice. Mel walks over to the women and say, hey girl, how y'all doing? I'm hoping everybody on positive energy. Kimmy was like, girl, ain't no positive energy fed. It's been crazy. And Mel was like, look, she get in her confessional was like, look, I'm on my positive vibe kick. They better get it together. They better get it together. Well, girl, you already know what's going on. You know the tea happening. So when when Mel walks away, Kiki wants to pull Kimmy to the side to have a conversation. That's the scene we have right behind me. Kimmy is confused as to why she wants to talk to her, because she feels like, what is there to talk about? But she knew it was going to happen. So she was just like, set them up, let's play. So Kiki pulls her to the side and basically tells her that she wanted to make sure that they were good, that she didn't think it was an issue until that Galentine's phone call. They played a flashback of her having that Galentine's phone call. Kimmy asked if Kiki thought that anything she said about her cousin was negative. Kiki's response is, no, I was telling the truth. Kimmy's response is, truth or false, do you feel like what you were doing, meaning you were getting into the business of saying and corroborating things that Mel was saying about, Tisha was okay? Do you think that was okay as a cousin, as a friend? Because, as anybody, do you think that was okay? Kiki is stuck on stupid with saying, well, no, because I was telling the truth. I didn't lie. It went over your head, fat. What she's asking you is, do you really feel like it's good that you went and talked about your cousin to Mel? Like, I don't understand how that didn't register in Kiki's head. At this point, Kimmy, I'm like, girl, just walk away. Because she's really not going to get it. Kimmy asked her if she thought that she did anything negatively. And she says no. And then Kimmy says, so you thought talking about your cousin at that private or at that party that wasn't private was okay? Like, you thought that was cool? Kiki doesn't get that either. Kiki was just like, well, I didn't really talk about it. I just said X, Y, and Z. Girl, shut up. Kimmy says she's surprised that Kiki was even there. Kiki says, and everybody keeps saying that, and I don't understand why. Well, like Kimmy said, I've been around for 4 years, ain't never seen you at nothing. Why now? Kiki goes back into that whole, yeah, well, I'm tired of just not having friends because my cousin don't want me to have friends. I'm tired of that. Those days are over. I want to be able to do what I want to do and be friends with who I want to be friends with. Fine. But like Kimmy said, stop talking negative about your cousin to other people. It's a bad taste, Kiki. It looks bad on you. It looks very, very bad. You and your costume jewelry, it looked very bad. I don't like that for you. I don't like that for you. Kimmy feels like she don't think that environment was the best place to have the conversation with. And like she says, no matter what me and Tisha go through, that's my friend, my sister-in-law. I love her, and I would never talk shit about her to people. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't talk about her behind her back, especially in a big place like a doggone pajama party. Kimmy says, you said you was there having physical conversations with basically Tisha about infidelity. Kiki said, no, I didn't say that. Kimmy said, you know they got the tapes, they gonna play it back. And they did. Kiki, welcome to reality TV where the producers bring receipts. You got to know that when you start acting like you ain't said and did what you said and did. So they played the flashback and you did. Accept it, own it. You were not there to be a positive person. You were there to help Mel be messy. Said what I said. That's just my thing. Like Kimmy said, it's never the right time or place to talk about Tisha to people who she don't deal with. It's just not. I agree with that. We move to the next scene. It's a dinner double date. Maurice, Marceau, and their wives, Kimmy and Tisha, are meeting up for a date. Okay. When they sit down, Marceau and Maurice kind of banter at each other because Marceau was just like, I ain't seen y'all since, we had that dinner at Mark's house or one of the brothers' house. And Maurice goes, yeah, you don't think that was a good time? Marceau was like, no, hell no, it wasn't a good time. Maurice asked him if he thought it was needed, and Marceau was like, I'm not going there with you because, Marceau still don't want to apologize. Maurice brings up the housewarming, and Kimmy was like, listen, I thought Miss Wanda was going to be on her best behavior. Why did you think that, Kimmy? When is Miss Wanda ever on her best behavior? But she said it put her in a pickle because it can't happen every time, and it can't. Tisha reiterates the fact that she can't control grown people and asks, what can she do? Kimmy said we could ban her. And Marceau was like, yup, see, she said the word ban, ban, ban. Tisha says, we not banning my mama. That ain't happening. And y'all know y'all not. But Marceau was over there saying he gonna protect his family. Marceau, whatever. But Tisha said, it's so funny y'all saying this because we got to go to her house for a tasting because her mama's doing a tasting for the food, for the business. So then Maurice was like, oh, so y'all fully signed up for it. Marceau claims, no, we ain't signed up for nothing. Marceau, stop it. Like Kimmy said, and Maurice said, you gonna cut the check. You are gonna cut the check regardless. And like Tisha said, he will be cutting the check. We know that. That's the relationship y'all have. I get it. I ain't mad at it. Kimmy asked how Miss Wanda felt since she talked to Kiki. And Tisha says that Miss Wanda basically felt like, you don't do that. You don't talk about your cousin to other people. And you don't. You really don't. She has a great point there. But Tisha wants advice from Kimmy on what she feels like she should do as far as how she handles and deals with Kiki. Like Kimmy said, girl, look, I'm only around for the things I'm around, but all that rah-rah stuff y'all be having, all that family stuff, I don't be around, so I don't know. I can't give you any advice on that because I'm not privy to that. I only know what you come back and tell me. And that's true. I'm glad she's very objective when she speaks to people like that because she don't want to come in taking sides just because you my sister-in-law and that ain't, you know what I'm saying? She just don't want to do that. Marceau feels like Kiki put Tisha in a bad position because once your personal business affects people around you and people that are associated with you, you have to say something. What did Kiki do? Did she steal from the FBI? Was she scamming? What was she doing where they had to tell her? Somebody find out what the hell Kiki did. We need to know what's going on. But like Marceau said, once it affects others, it's no longer a personal struggle. Everybody got to be in on it. And he don't know why Tisha even apologized because he said she didn't do nothing wrong. They were friends with them and they had to do what they had to do. They had to let them know what was going on. Again, what happened? Kimmy lets Tisha know that Kiki feels like she didn't say anything wrong. Everything she said was all facts. Okay, Marceau jumps in and says it wasn't all facts. What happened was Mel told Kiki a lie, and then Kiki had a conversation or confronted Tisha about it, and she's going around playing on words saying that, basically that they had a conversation about me having infidelity, but none of that never happened. First of all, before I move on, Marceau, that sounds dumb as shit. It sounds plausible, because we know Mel is very petty, but it sounds dumb. Why would this all stem back from Mel? You taking no responsibility for none of this. I picked that up. You are taking zero responsibility for any of this, and it's bothering me. And the fact that it's not that bothering Tisha is beyond me. The fact that y'all can sit there and go, and she like, yep, that's what it was. Girl, the root of your issue is your husband. Marceau is the root of your issue because, again, all this could be taken care of if he just man up and say, first of all, none of this is true. All these are rumors and dispel the rumors and then basically protect your wife. But you're not doing that. Y'all putting it on everybody except yourselves. And Tisha, you so brainwashed. You really believe the shit he be telling you. Make it make sense. I don't like that. I don't like that Marceau trying to put it on Mel. Granted, it's plausible because she'll do it, but I don't think she did that. Marceau, listen, the streets of Huntsville are not big. Everybody knows that. Rumors get around real fast. It's very plausible that somebody else could have said something to other people and then it got back to everybody. That happens. But stand up in it. Stop acting like people tripping. And it's not you. It is you. It's definitely you. I hate that Marcel said that. But Marcel feels like Mel is using Kiki as a puppet, basically. She's using her as a puppet, just like she did at the pajama party. That I agree with. I agree she used her as a puppet for that. Tisha says she's disappointed. Marcel lets us know that there's a difference in how he handled people. He didn't handle Martell a certain way because they have a friendship and a history. He handled Big Lou a certain way because he don't deal with Big Lou. He don't have no history with him. He said he's not going to stand by and let Kiki and Miss Wanda and all these people have all these things to say about his family. He's going to step up and do whatever it is he got to do. Marcel, what you going to do? Confront him? Like, as a man. You going to confront 2 women? Now, your mother-in-law, I get it. But you going to confront Kiki as a man about her talking about your wife? Everybody fights for Tisha. That's why Tisha is the way she is. Everybody fights for Tisha, and Tisha never fights for herself. But ultimately, Marcel, it's you. You are the problem. Look at the man in the mirror. It's you. Anyway, that was my episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. Girl, what is going on with this fight, child? They say it's going to be on a new episode, and I can't wait because I need to see what the hell going on. Miss Wanda said she beat Mel up. She said it, not me. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you hoes later. Bye.